Welcome guys to another video here on the Man United Daily YouTube channel, and in this transfer talk video I'm going to be talking about the latest rumours that surrounding United. Obviously with the signings and the confirmation of both Luke Shaw and Ander Herrera, a lot of us has been getting a bit more upbeat and a bit more excited about the outlook of United next season. Obviously there's still a long way to go in the window. Louis van Gaal and Holland are still in the World Cup, so obviously the communication is not going to be perfect, and it's not going to be 100% full on, but there has been, I'm sure Louis van Gaal and Ed Woodward has been in constant contact. And again, this week there's been quite a lot of rumours, and I want to talk to them to you now. The first one, I don't think should be a lot of surprise, or a couple of these players. And the first one is to do with Stefan De Vrij, the young Dutch defender. And the key word, I guess, is Dutch, because he's part of the Dutch World Cup squad. And, he's played reasonably well under Van Gaal. And obviously he's a player that Van Gaal knows and obviously trusts, albeit even though he's very young. He's, I think, 22, 23. So, at the right age, I think, for still development and still able to have a relatively long career with good bang for your buck, as in the transfer value. The fee being touted is about £8 million. There's been reports that a fee has been agreed or so, but obviously there was confusion because earlier in the summer, before the World Cup even began, there were reports that he has signed for Fiorentina, but obviously that has been or has not materialised, and thus open up the window for United. Obviously with the link to Van Gaal, there's going to be a bit of leverage in our favour. I don't know how that's going to play out, whether Van Gaal is definitely want to get De Vrij, or does he want to invest in an older, more experienced or proven defender. But De Vrij, I think, for the money, £8 million would add a bit of quality to our defence. Obviously, I believe that our three centre-backs, Evan, Jones and Smalling, are good enough to be a stopgap until Van Gaal finds someone world class like perhaps and persuade a Matt Hummels into United. But I think Stefan De Vrij for the money, I think it could be a possibility, and it would be interesting to see how if Van Gaal wants to pursue this. I don't think the fee or the wage would be a problem. It's just whether Van Gaal wants to invest in a young defender and integrate into the United team. So what do you guys think of Stefan De Vrij? Have you watched him a lot? Have you followed him? If you believe he's a good enough player, then leave your comment below and we'll start a discussion down there. Next up is another Dutch player, Nigel De Jong. It could be a surprise for a lot of you guys. We all knew him from his time at Man City. Obviously, always the go-to man in the last 20 minutes when Roberto Mancini wanted to close the game out. So he has that sort of reputation, obviously, being a hard man, a tough tackling. It's not, one of these more creative players, but you do need that sort of bulldog type in the centre of parts to, play simple passes, but also to break down opponents' attacks. So he has been a vital component of the Van Gaal system in this World Cup. The fee being touted is around £6 million. Milan, I think, would be willing to sell. It's just whether, Van Gaal see him as, a fit within the type of football he's potentially pursuing at United. There could be a possibility that he could be trying to a more defensive outlook, to like a three at the back for certain games. So De Jong could play a part in that sort of style. He could be, again, like the right stopgap for until someone more kind of like more stardust or more stardom accompanying them becomes available. So it could be a stopgap in that, like for Kevin Strootman, but it was interesting to see how this develops. The young 29, so he's at a very top of his game right now, and probably for £6 million could be a good stopgap for the short term anyway. Again, up to Van Gaal and how he does, but I don't really buy into this rumour as of yet. But what do you guys think of Nigel De Jong? Leave your comment below. And the next two players are two Chileans who obviously were cruelly knocked out by Brazil the other day. I thought they played really, really well, and I don't think it's our names which are not, familiar to a lot of United fans or indeed football fans. The first one is Alexis Sanchez, Barcelona winger, 24 years old, and had a great season at Barca. However, he does, get the tendencies to be a scapegoat at Barcelona, I should say, where if the team is not playing particularly well, he will be, ousted rather than, someone else playing even worse like Neymar during parts of the season. But Alexis Sanchez, again, in this World Cup has proven himself at a very highest level. Great dribbler of the ball, tenacious, really tough, small winger, but he has a really, good work ethic that is installed on him. I'm sure that you guys knew that we were in for him a couple of years ago before Barcelona came in and, snapped him up. But I thought, Alexis Sanchez, I don't think he'll be short of suitors if Barcelona does decide to let him go, because I think with his work ethic and his obvious attacking abilities, he would add a lot to any side out there who needs of a world-class top winger. There's been reports, about Barcelona potentially bidding for Luis Suarez and using Alexis Sanchez and money as part of that deal, which obviously would rule out any kind of attempt from United, etc. But obviously, if Alexis Sanchez does not want to go to Liverpool, then it could open a door once again. I expect the fee to be around £30 million because of his age and also, what a great World Cup he has had. So that would have added value to any player. So that would be the fee being touted. Obviously, it could vary up and down, but I think the 30 million mark would be the kind of like safe estimation just how good a player Alexis Sanchez is. So I think this could be a possibility, and United obviously need to do some investment in the wide areas and add some top quality in those areas to really add another dimension back into our attacking lineup. And Alexis Sanchez would be the perfect man because he would fit into the Van Gaal type. Like I said, obvious attacking threat, but works really hard for the team. So a really, really good combination. So what do you guys think of Alexis Sanchez? Leave a comment below on him, guys. And the last player, I don't think I've talked about him in any of the videos, but obviously it's a name that's been touted around every transfer rumour mill because he's such a great player, and it's Arturo Vidal. Vidal, 27 years of age, playing for Juventus. I'm surprised not a lot of other teams has been grabbing him because he's been a fantastic footballer now for the last 4 or 5 seasons. At the World Cup, he didn't have his best tournament, but he did have a knee surgery just weeks before, so he's basically playing on one leg. And I thought against Brazil, he's demonstrated why he was such an sought after target. His work rate, similar to Alexis Sanchez, brought into that Chilean kind of like type and mold where you work hard for the team and kind of like sacrificing yourself. And Vidal, I thought, played tremendously well, tackled everywhere, ran his one leg off. So Vidal, I thought, was a really class act. Obviously, I haven't seen a lot of Juventus live games, 90 whole minutes. But from what I've seen at this World Cup, he's been very, very impressive. And I think it would add a lot to our midfield. The thing is, I don't think Van Gaal is a type that will play 4-4-2. And I don't expect Vidal to, be able to adapt to a two in the middle with him and, Michael Carrick or Ana Herrera. So Vidal would work better, I think, in a free and perhaps one of the wider role of the free. So Vidal, I think, at the peak of his powers, and Juventus would obviously demand a lot of money. The fee being touted is around 40 to 45 million pounds. And I think if we were going to have even a sniff of getting the Vidal, I think Van Gaal will sanction, the bid for around that 40 million mark, because he would be such a core and key component of the system that Van Gaal would want to pursue, that he would be tempted to, spend big on Vidal. Also, the transfer war chest is, ridiculously touted around 200 million pounds. I doubt we're going to spend anywhere near that amount, but Vidal, I think, for even 50 million pounds at a out of reach. I think United, if we were gonna, sign someone, then I think he could be that very man, because, like I said, 27 years of age, he's definitely at the peak of his powers, and he still has a couple of years left at the very top. So Van Gaal, if he fancies Vidal, and which it seems he does from his time, both at Bayern Munich and also at other club sides, he does seem to fancy Vidal, and that could potentially work in our favour, because like I said, Vidal will be a very, very good and key component to any system that Van Gaal would be able or willing to implement at Old Trafford. So I hope that Vidal, could be pursued. If Juventus wants to sell or could sell at least one of him or Pogba, obviously Vidal would be probably the more willing to be sold because of his age, and whereas Pogba could get even better in a couple of years' time and get even more money. So that could be the way to go. But I guess Vidal, again, I would love him to come. What do you guys make of Vidal? If you think he's worth it, then leave your comment below and we can start a discussion on him. That wraps up another video here on the Man United Daily YouTube channel. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Comment below on any of the stories mentioned, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And also, if you want to keep to be updated with the latest videos, please subscribe to the channel for more content. You can check me out as well on Twitter at Man United Daily, or visit the website at manuniteddaily.com. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.